thank you for joining with me. We are with Ken Wapnick, PhD, in his journey through the text of A Course in Miracles. And today we are on Chapter 5, Healing and Wholeness. We are picking up our reading in the Decision for Forgiveness. Chapter 5, 755. If you allow yourself to feel guilty, you will reinforce the error rather than allow it to be undone for you. Error is undone by bringing it to truth, the belief in separation to the atonement. The ego would have us feel guilty, which witnesses to the existence of sin, the original error. And this but strengthens our identification with the separated self. The Holy Spirit, on the other hand, undoes this error by simply teaching that guilt is unjustified since there is no sin. Nothing happened to destroy the perfect unity of God and His creation. The idea of God's Son has never left His source. It should be emphasized that A Course in Miracles never discusses form, but only content. This, however, does not mean we are not to do things behaviorally. It simply means that before we act the form, we should do everything possible to have our minds be healed, the content. This necessitates recognizing that there is a mind, and if we are upset, it is because of a decision the mind has made. We all know that when we are disquieted, our first impulse is to blame some situation or person. Instead, we need to realize again that our unhappiness is the result of the mind's decision to be separate, and that the circumstance or relationship can be a means of returning us to the mind, calling attention to our having made a mistaken choice. Once we are aware of the true problem and become mindful, the focus will have shifted from the outside, trying to change the situation or people to the mind's decision. When our minds are healed, whatever we then do will be loving, even when the behavior is firm or disciplining. Its means will nonetheless be kind. Doing the mind's error of choosing wrongly is the overriding message of the balance of this section. 7.6.1 through 2. It is this simple logic that can make A Course in Miracles seem so infuriating. Jesus is saying, do not tell me you cannot make a decision or that this is difficult. You have already made one, so you need only reverse what you decided. In other words, we are really not making a decision, but undoing our previous one, having realized it has not made us happy. 7.6.3. Therefore, the first step in the undoing is to recognize that you actively decided wrongly, but can as actively decide otherwise. Implied here is that no one and nothing has the power to take the peace of God away from us. Nothing, that is, except the power of our minds that can choose against that peace. In fact, this is one of the central messages of A Course in Miracles, the basis of true forgiveness. There is nothing to forgive because nothing was ever done to disturb our mind's peace. Whatever another's ego may have done can have no effect on us unless we choose to give that sin power over us. Both sin and forgiveness remain our choices. Anger at another becomes the means Jesus uses to help us see that our accusations are projections of self-blame, which our minds can now correct. Incidentally, we once again see In this early chapter, the strong emphasis placed on looking at the power of the mind that made the wrong choice. The choice that only the mind's decision maker has the power to change. I'm going to go ahead and stop there today, and we will pick up tomorrow where I left off, obviously. The decision for forgiveness. I thank you so much for joining with me. Have a most beautiful day, and I will see you then. I love you. Bye-bye.